Happy Pride. Yes, so I normally don't start a video on a Saturday, but the first day of June is on a Saturday, so we must start on a Saturday. So for all of Pride, I will be reading a bunch of queer books. Now I normally read a lot of queer stuff anyway, but May was a little bit of a, what do you call that? A drought of them. There aren't a ton of Star Wars books that have queer characters in them, though all of E.K. Johnston's do. I think someone was in Crimson Climb. Vi in the Black Sparrow one was, and Dr. Aphra is for sure. So that's what I read in May that included queer characters, but that was really it. So this month I have a ton of things. Like I have audiobooks, I have comics, I have regular books. Like I have books I own, I have library books, so many things. I have so many things. It's gonna be really loud because the dogs are out and there's a bunch of like fans and air conditioning units running and the oven's on. I'm about to make breakfast, so I'm making coffee. I'll show you my very fun mug, but I thought I would tell you one book I already read. So I did read this before June, but this is, let's see if it'll focus. There you go. So My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness by Nagata Kabi. And I picked this up on a whim at the library, and it was so interesting. It's a memoir about her life, and how she like didn't know what she wanted to do. She was really into manga, but like she didn't know like how to be in that. Her family wanted her to have like a steady job, and then a lot about her like discovering who she is and her sexuality. So it's a really interesting read. She has a ton of other stuff, but I don't know that my library has them. But I really did enjoy it. It was just like a very interesting, it's also very fast for me because it's manga, so it was like a quick read. Very interesting. The other one I picked up is The Prospects, which it's doing an okay job of focusing, which is about underdog and optimist Gene Ionesco, the first openly trans player in professional baseball, has everything he's ever let himself dream of until Luis Estrada, Gene's former teammate and current rival, gets traded to his team, upending the careful equilibrium of Gene's life. So that's all I'm gonna tell you. There's more of a description, but I thought like baseball for summer, perfect. So yes, so I'll be reading that. I'm very interested, but I need to start making breakfast. I'm also wearing my Lexicon shirt from 2018, I think. And it has a bunch of like female couple quotes and stuff on it. Though I have to get changed because we are going to see 6 today. And Krista and I are going to do fun outfits for 6. But I will show you my very cool cup, and then I will go make French toast sticks. So I've used this before, but it just says cheers, queers. It's an old Target Pride purchase, and I just really like it. So I'm definitely using it a lot this month. But I'm gonna go be ready for more, like it'll be a combination of books and everyday life stuff because I'm basically gonna vlog all of June. So hope you enjoy the numerous vlogs that are gonna come out this month. So happy Pride, and you'll get to hear more about the day later. Hello, we're in traffic on the way to 6. I have on makeup and hair things, and Krista is driving, and I have to direct her to the parking garage.
My least favorite type of driving.
Yeah, we're just like stopping and starting, and we're behind a huge bus
that I can't see anything.
Yeah, so we're trying. Oh, Euro truck. That's fun. But yeah, so I did a whole outfit. Krista's wearing fun pleather pants. I'm also wearing pleather pants and a pair of boots that have seen better days, and those better days were probably 10 years ago. But I refuse to throw them away. I will probably have to throw them away after today though. They look real bad.
Which street do I turn on? That's West Fayette.
I'm gonna go so I can monitor streets. But we'll talk to you about the show afterward. But I thought I would show you our outfits. Bye. Hello, from the car again. But not in Syracuse anymore, because we're outside of the city. Krista is driving, and everyone sucks at driving today, so the road is a nightmare. But we are headed home. We saw the show, which was very good. Krista surprised me and got me a Sorry Not Sorry pin, because I really like Anne Boleyn. Though the Anne Boleyn in this one was different,
yeah, than the last
one. So she sang a little bit differently. She did a more like nasal voice a lot of the time. Like intentional, because then she would like drop out of it to do other stuff. And then we wound up seeing the same Catherine Parr. No.
Same
Jane Seymour. That we saw in Buffalo. She was with this touring company, so it's either the same one or they kept her on from that tour. So that was cool. So we got to see her again. And everyone did really well. We think they added some stuff between shows, or like this tour added some extra bits, which was fun. But it was packed, like super, super busy, so many people. The busiest show I think we've had that we've gone to.
Hamilton was kind of busy.
Oh yeah, it was. But yeah, but this one was just really busy for this season. Maybe the busiest for this season.
This season, yes.
Yeah, so it was really fun. And then after, we were looking around for food places, and we learned that there's a conveyor belt sushi. And conveyor belt sushi is very confusing at this specific place because nothing is really labeled and the prices were unclear. Because they kept being like, well, some of it is half price, and we're like, okay, but what if it is half price? And that was it. There's no explanation beyond half price. But it was half price. All the plates were half price, so we didn't really get a ton because we weren't really sure what anything we were eating was. Like, they gave us
how much it cost.
Right. So they gave us like a picture guide, but none of the rolls actually looked exactly like the rolls on the picture, so you couldn't really tell. And then none of those had ingredients listed on them. So like, even if you figured out the name of the roll, you didn't know it was in the roll. So it was stressful, but it was only like $28 for 5 plates. So that's not too bad. So yeah, we did that. And then I believe a very drunk woman congratulated me on my performance in the show. And then I very politely informed her that I was not in the show, but the show was great.
This asshole truck driver just had a really
Jesus. But yeah, told you, everyone is terrible. But yeah, so we're headed back to Watertown. Apparently, if you need a double for one of the wives, let me know. I can pretend to be you in a crowd. So, but yeah, we're headed home. Traffic in Syracuse wasn't that bad. It's just everyone's driving ridiculously badly. Like, people are going upwards of 20 over the speed limit, and just doing whatever they want.
Your tail.
Yeah, no, it's a mess. So we're gonna go. We're headed home, and then I will change. I'm wearing my cute By Pride bracelet that you won me at an arcade when we played mini golf. And I'm also wearing, yes, my handbag.
Both of those bracelets.
Yes, you did. She also got me this one. At a little like fair fest thing. And I'm just wearing a choker because beheaded, see? And I have the little buttons like Anne. It's a whole thing. Then we wore matching shirts. I already showed you our outfits. But yes, but Krista got me both the bracelets. But yes, so I thought I would show them to you because I didn't know if you had seen them. We're gonna go. I will talk to you later about stuffs. I don't know when later. But yeah, talk to you later. Hello, I'm doing a super quick update because we just did puppy nails. So we've actually had a pretty busy morning. Krista had on-call, and then we went to this place called the something Depot Cafe, like 15 minutes from our house. We've never been there, but yesterday they announced that they were doing Pride bagels and Pride cookies, and so we went to see if they had the bagels, and they had the bagels, but they didn't have cookies today. So we decided to stay for breakfast because they do like a whole breakfast lunch spread from like 6 a.m. until 1 p.m. And then we asked about the cookies, and they're like, no, we'll have them tomorrow, but they sell out really fast. So we're probably gonna get up super early tomorrow and try and swing by before work. And then so that we can get the cookies. I'll show you the bagels later. They're in the fridge right now, but they're like super soft and squishy. And I was gonna film while we were eating because the area was really pretty. There were like irises growing. We were like in a renovated train depot, and we were on the patio, so it was super nice. But there was a table behind us of people who were talking really loudly, and the table next to us that was talking the entire time they were eating, which is, again, totally fine because it was all people like meeting up to have breakfast. But some of them were talking about like really personal stuff, and I was like, I understand, like where we are, technically, I can record anything because New York is a one-party consent state, so if I want to record, I can record. But I just was like, I feel like so uncomfortable. Like I really don't want to pull it out and like try and edit out the sound or like do something because they were just like talking about so many things. So I didn't film anything, but I got this really good bagel sandwich, and I posted a photo on Instagram that I had Krista take where I'm like shoving half the sandwich in my face, mostly to show off the shirt that says support positive LGBT representation. The representation part apparently is like right under my boobs there. I wanted to show off the shirt on Instagram. And I got this thing called a bee sting. It was so good. I got an everything bagel, and then it had an egg, a hash brown, and then bacon that had hot honey on it. It was so good. I cannot talk. I was trying to say Cajun and Krista at the same time, which turned into Christian. Okay. Krista got like a Cajun shrimp Benedict. It was delicious. It was also massive. They make their own English muffins and they're like that tall. But we ate, and then she had a really good shaken espresso thing, and I had coffee and then like a gin and ginger ale cocktail, which was very good. And then after that we ran to Michael's super fast because someone had posted that they got a shirt there for Pride, and it was a corgi holding a pride flag, and it was really, really cute. And I wound up getting that. We both got like bucket hats, and then we got something else. What did we get? We got another thing. I can't remember what the other thing was. There was another thing. Cups. We got cups, like disposable cups. But we thought they were gonna say cheers queers, and they just say cheers in rainbow, which whatever. So yes, so I didn't vlog any of that, and I'm sorry, but there were a lot of people, and I just like, it felt really awkward to vlog them. Just because of what they were talking about. And then Michael's, we just like beelined it to the back of the store because it was just in a little tiny kiosk, which normally Michael's only has it in like a tiny area anyway. And then we went to Target, and our Target is one of the Targets that's not doing Pride, because of course it is. They got stuff last year, and like based on how they like, it was at the front of the store, but then like they started moving it around, and like stuff got like kind of put in front of it. I was pretty sure we were one of the stores that wasn't going to carry it this year, which is fine. I just like looking at it, but like I knew it was going to happen because we live in a red county, and I was like, whatever, fine. So they didn't have Pride stuff. We are having a Pride in our town that we're going to, but I don't know when it is. I never know when it is. I feel like they don't announce it until like the week of, so I never know until Krista tells me. But yeah, so that would update you. We just did all the dog's nails. Krista dremelled them, and I held most of them in place. They all did decently well. None of them like having their nails done. So we did that, and then we're gonna hang out for a little bit, and then Krista has court tonight, and I have to work on organizing some stuff in our closet room, so we can move a bookcase from one room to the other. So I just thought I would update you. I might show you the bookcase. We'll see how I'm feeling, but I'm gonna go. Oh, we watched a movie last night, and I totally forgot. We watched, spoiler alert, finally. We haven't watched it for ages. It is very sad, but it is a good movie. It's not exactly what I expected, but it's sad. It was good. We watched it before we went to bed, and then I watched the faux Pride episode of Bob's, where it's Bog to Beach, I believe. But they have the parade float from the Bear Den, yes. And so we watched that because I was like, well, it's Pride-esque because there's like a float, and it's Pride adjacent seeming. And I'm gonna go because we're gonna watch some TV before Chris has to go to court, and then I'll work on my project. I haven't read anything. I told you these would be kind of weekly vlogs, but I'm gonna read a ton. I just requested Hijab, I think it's Hijab Butch Blues. It might be Hijabi Butch Blues. I think it's Hijab Butch Blues. It's a memoir that I wanted to read for forever, and my library had it, so I'll hopefully be able to get it this week. But I have so much fiction to read that I really want to get into, and I have some audiobooks that I want to start while I'm working. But yeah, so I gotta go, got stuff to do, but I thought I would at least update you since I couldn't vlog stuff, which sucks. It's just like, it is too people-y, and I just felt like a little uncomfortable because there was no way I'd be able to like only show our table really. So yeah, there you go. Did some fun Pride things that you didn't really get to see, but you'll get to see the Pride bagels, and I'll take you to see the cookies because I feel like they'll be much quieter tomorrow. So yes, you might get some updates tonight. I don't know how I'm feeling. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, gotta go do stuff. Hello, behold, Harley and Ivy art. So we're in the bedroom. It is really focusing on them. So maybe like that a little. There we go. I wanted to show you the stuff we got at Michael's because I completely forgot. So first, I'm going to show you something that came way early. So I've been wearing a ring on this finger since I did my like Twilight reading vlog, because we watched the movies and Bella had this like really fun ring on her index finger, and I bought it, like a replica one for like less than $10. And I wore it for a while, but my skin oxidizes metal. So anything that isn't like, I think gold or silver, my skin will slowly erode. Even if I put nail polish on it, it still happens. My dad does the same thing. Like, he has like a watch that he has to put nail polish on the back of, and it still has gotten like eroded over time just because of his skin. No idea what that is. If it's a superpower, it's a weird one. But it got very tarnished because I've been wearing it kind of nonstop for a few months. So it has been retired because it was turning my finger green. And then I was wearing a temporary one for a little bit that I knew I wanted to wear with my outfit 2-6. So it was just like a little cheap ring just to be on this finger. But I ordered this. See if it'll focus, maybe. Oh, you can see it a little better, okay. Sort of. It is a bi pride ring, so it's just like a kind of thick band, and it has blue, purple, and the pink color. And it just came today. They're doing random deliveries today, which was confusing because it's a Sunday. But let me show you the stuff from Michael's, which I'll hold it up. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna bend. You're gonna see books and nonsense over there. So first, these are gonna be the hardest to show you, I think. I'm gonna have to stand in front of Harley and Ivy. So, oh, we didn't get these ones. So we got rainbow striped cups. They're just like disposable cups. We thought they'd be fun to have. Also, yes, that's a wheelie mammoth back there. Krista bought it for me as a surprise, and he's very cool. The Bob's Pride stuff is always very fun. I have one of their like original Pride shirts, but I haven't bought one recently. Not intentionally, it's just like I wind up buying a Pride shirt or two like in town, and then I just forget to buy stuff online. So then this is my bucket hat. Yes, we got bucket hats. Mostly so that my ears and my neck will be covered. And Krista did the same thing. Hers is tie-dye. It's very fun. And then this is the last thing. Oh, this is gonna be hard to show you one-handed. Hold on. That was very awkward, but that's the corgi. He's holding a pride flag, and then the trans flag is like on his neck as a little ascot, and it's very cute. I know I'm getting blurry. It keeps looking at Harley and Ivy, which I understand. But I need to work on a project that shouldn't take me too long. I'm catching up on YouTube stuff, so like not editing or anything, but I have a bunch of videos I haven't watched that I'm gonna watch while I work. I need to take some stuff out of a bookcase, get that bookcase ready to move downstairs. And then later, Krista and I are gonna move books from the closet room, which has bookcases with actual books on them. Take books from there and put them downstairs so we can access some of them more easily. Oh, I also got a bug bite on my forehead. It's been itchy all day. But yeah, so I have to clear out the bookcase so we can move it downstairs. So that's my plan. I just finished Kayla's most recent video, so Books and Lala, her 1997 vlog, and then I just started Becca's Shelve It or Scrap It video. I have a bunch on my list, so I need to get through those, so I'm just gonna start those, and then I'll probably watch more when I cook dinner, but I can't cook dinner till Krista gets home from court, so I gotta start on my project. I probably won't really show it to you because the closet room is very tight right now. We're like super organizing it, so it's organized, but also there's not a lot of room in there, so I don't know where I would set you up. So I'm gonna work on organizing and removing what I need from this bookcase, and I'll update you when we start putting books in it downstairs. I think that's the best plan, because we're moving a lot of our queer books to the living room, so they're easier to access. So I'm gonna get to work. I'll update you a little bit later, but I did show you all the fun Pride related things that we picked up today, so I will talk to you in a little bit. Good morning. It is very early. It is 5:52 in the morning, which is roughly, I mean, not 2 hours before we normally get up, but it's close.
We got up at 5:15, so that's definitely 2 hours.
Yeah, that is 2 hours before we get up. But we got up, we were taking the dogs out, and we drove back to, I'm gonna show you the front of it. Let's see if it'll, yeah. So it's Beast's Depot Cafe. We were here yesterday. This is the place we got brunch slash breakfast, whatever meal that was. But they said they would have their Pride cookies today, and that they sell out really fast. So we're here to get Pride cookies and coffee, because they have coffee, and cream cheese for the bagels, because we forgot to buy that yesterday. Yes, so we're here. We have to wait for them to open. They open at 6, which is why we're up so early. So we're just sitting and waiting. I'm being very tired. It's only 15 minutes from the house though, so that's not too bad. So you just gotta wait like 7 minutes and then we can go in, get the stuff, and go home. I will show you cookies when we have them. Hello, we are back home. We got coffees and then they had 4 done. So the person came in yesterday and she only got 4 of them done, which makes sense because they're pretty detailed. There's 2 of each. So these are the cookies. Again, there's 2 of each kind, but they're very cute. I took a photo for Instagram of them, but we're gonna go back to sleep because neither of us needs to be to work until, till like 8-ish. So I'm gonna put these in the fridge. I also got some cream cheese and some butter for the bagels, but I'll show you those at a later date because we're not eating them today. So gonna go to bed, enjoy these very cute cookies. Hello. Okay, super quick update before I finish like closing down all my stuff for work. It is after work, and Krista and I are prepping very soon for someone to come by. So someone Krista works with offered to watch the dogs, like not for an extended period of time, just like take them out overnight for us. And she's coming for dinner. And we're gonna like go through all the like, this is what you have to do with the dogs kind of thing. So we're gonna tidy up the house. Krista gets off work earlier, also just had some time today, so the house is a lot nicer. So she's already done some stuff, but I thought I would update you because I have not updated you since I showed you the cookies. We wound up both going back to sleep for a little while and then brain, but I'm tired if you can't tell. So we went back to sleep. I've had work pretty nonstop most of the day, so really I haven't had a time to update you. Like during my lunch break, just kind of like ran down, ate food, came back to work. I do have some book reading updates because I have read some of the prospects. So I kind of got into this with the because I think I read the summary, and I don't want to give too much away, but the cover is definitely Jean and Louise, though they go by completely different names in the book. So Ness is Jean's like baseball name and the name he's always used while playing sports, even before he transitioned. And then Luis goes by Nada because Nada gets by him, something like that. So they use those names more often, but we do see Jean and Louise used throughout. But Luis, so Jean and Louise makes me think of Jean and Louise from Bob's Burgers. So Nada and Ness works better for my brain. But they are stuck rooming together some. They've been in like forced proximity situations. The lineup for their team has changed a bit. So Ness, or Jean, was typically the shortstop, but once Luis was drafted, he became the shortstop and Jean is now the second baseman. So they're adjusting to that new dynamic. And then Victor, who Jean lives with and is also on the team, is an older player. He actually injured his left arm a long time ago, and has continued to be in the minors, but he just injured it again. And their coach, who is technically their interim coach, oh gosh, I'm gonna forget her name. Oh no, why can't I remember? It starts with a B. I'm blinking. She actually doesn't think that, is it Victor? Vince. It's Vince, isn't it? I'm tired, and so I'm scrambling everyone's gosh dang names. Hold on. No, it is Vince. I was right, it's Vince. But the coach's name is, where's it at? Where's it at? It's on this page. It is on this page. Oh my gosh, there's so many B's because they're also the Beaverton. Baker. So Baker is the coach. So she has noticed that Jean and Luis, not Louise, I told you. So Ness and Nada. We're going with Jean is Ness all the time and Luis is Nada when I talk about this book. So Ness and Nada have been practicing together. Nada has a dog named Dodger, who's an emotional support dog. Because Nada does not like big crowds. So being at the field itself is stressful. And so we're getting into that. They did know each other previously, not for a long time, but Ness sort of feels like Nada kind of cut him out of his life. And so we're dealing with that, but it is interesting and I'm really enjoying the book so far. There's a lot of baseball stuff happening, which is so fun. My family is very into baseball. Krista and I just went to a baseball game they're actually the Syracuse Mets, but we bought Syracuse salt potato merch because salt potatoes are a big thing. And it's a very fun mascot. But it's very fun because that was also a AAA team. So I'm very much enjoying this. Also, the other reason I want to read this for Pride is we saw Take Me Out when it was on Broadway. And it was like, quote unquote, the gay baseball play. So it's about a player who comes out and then the dynamic in the team and what's going on after he comes out. It is a play and there is a lot of nudity in that play that I was not prepared for. We were very, very close to the stage. Anyway, yeah, just a lot of dudes. But I really want to read this because I was like, oh, that'll be so fun. And I love the fact that there is a lot of representation in this. So Baker, the female coach, she's a lesbian. She also is like a woman who has played baseball. Then Ness is trans. And then there are a number of gay men in the story, but a lot of it is like kind of hush hush, solely because being gay is not just something they talk about, because it is sports. I assume you understand the vibe. And then we do learn that Ness has two dads, so a father and a stepfather, and then has a stepsister too. But what was the other thing? Oh, Vince's partner is deaf, so there is some deaf representation. It's early in the book. I think it's gonna come back. I'm about 130 pages in, I think. But we did get Jean slash Ness. Jean is easier for me to say as long as I'm not saying Louise right after, because I will say Jean and Louise and then we'll all be confused. But there was some sign language early on. So I'm really enjoying it. I really don't want to spoil anything, but it is doing a lot of like close proximity romance kind of stuff, which is cute. So I'm having a fun time. I really like it. So yeah, that's what I have for you. So I will update you later. I know I didn't show you the bookcase. I will show you the bookcase at some point because a ton of our gay books went there. Like all of our gay books that are not comics went there. So I want to show you that. Also some other books, but that was the big move that we were planning, is to get those downstairs so they're easier to access. Krista did some stair tread stuff. And oh, we're doing this thing that Krista suggested we do for Pride where we like watch something and then I'll review it on Instagram and stories. So we're gonna try and do that like every day. Currently the gay thing we're watching is You, Me, Her, which is we'd already seen the first 4 seasons and I thought it got canceled, but the 5th season is on Amazon and we're watching it because I was very excited. If you've never heard of You, Me, Her, the story follows a married couple whose name is, I always forget, the Trekarskis are the couple's last name, but their relationship hits kind of like a bumpy spot. The guy, if I remember correctly, the guy cheats, but then his wife's like, fine, then I want to meet the woman that you like kind of cheated with, like not kind of, but like cheated on me with, but like that person's name is Izzy and she was hired. And what happens is they kind of all wind up in a relationship together. So they become a throuple and they're actually doing very well, until the end of the 4th season where they broke up. So this is the fallout of that breakup. So it's been on for a long time. So I'm sorry if that was a spoiler, but like this whole season is like focusing on that breakup. So I had to tell you. But we are I think we're on episode 4 now because I found it really late last night and we were getting up so early. Like we wanted to keep watching it, but we couldn't. So the plan is to watch more of that. I'm hoping we finish it and then we'll just review that tonight. We also have a bunch of other stuff that we want to watch, and I want to rewatch A League of Their Own, or The League of Their Own, the TV show. I also like the movie, but the TV show is really, really good and it would tie very nicely into the prospects. But I'm gonna go because I gotta go help prep for person coming over to dinner in our house. So I will try to show you things that I promised to show you, the bookcase, the stair update, and hopefully I'll fill you in more on the show. But I gotta go because I got things to do. But I did give you a book update. I did. So yeah, more stuff later. Hello. Okay, I feel like, did I just update you at the same angle yesterday? I did. I'm very sorry. Work has been super busy. I have like a teeny tiny little break where I can do a quick update, because today is also going to be super busy. The person who came over and met the dogs, it all went very well. The dogs were very well behaved, which was great. We also tried, and we're having it for lunch, but I won't really have time to show you because I can't eat during my lunch break. I will explain. We bought the Stranger Things pizzas solely because I have not seen them at our grocery store and I was just very intrigued. So we bought them. The pepperoni one Krista said was good. The pineapple jalapeno, which is like the Surfer Boy special or whatever, it was fine. I'm still gonna eat it, but like I like I like pineapple on pizza a lot. And like that one, even what was weird to me is the pepperoni one had like a billion pepperonis on it, like the most pepperoni on a pizza I've ever seen. The pineapple jalapeno one had like very minimal toppings, and the sauce, like parts of the pizza didn't have sauce on it. Like there was just like a gap in the pizza. Like I don't know if like the machine that makes them, because of course these are not handmade pizzas, like skipped or glitched or whatever, I don't know. So it's fine, but it's like not the best pizza I've ever had. Not even the best like oven pizza I've ever had, but still fine. So I just don't know if it was like worth getting that as opposed to just getting like a pizza from a company that I know I like. But we tried them because I wanted to, so there's that. But let's see, what was I going to say? Brain. Yeah, so dogs meeting the person went very well, which was great. I had to write up all of the like what to do while you're watching the dogs list this morning, because there's like, she's taking them out 4 times, and there's like different things you have to do for different types of outs. If you have dogs, I feel like this would make sense. But I had to write that up so that Krista can give it to her tomorrow. Yeah, work's been super busy. Before work, I had some house stuff I had to do. Nothing major, but like cleaning stuff. And then I have a doctor's appointment. I scheduled it to be during my lunch break, so literally we are timing it so I like get to the appointment right before my appointment starts, which yes, I know they tell you to be 15 minutes early, but literally nothing has changed and I don't need to fill out paperwork. So if they pitch a fit about it, I'm gonna be like, I had to leave work and I'm sorry. So I'm using my lunch break to go to the doctor. It should be fine. I'm hoping it's quick because it's just like one of my yearly pulmonology appointments, so I have to go every 6 months. Some people only have to go once a year, and some people go more than that. My asthma is, it's so hard to explain my asthma. I apparently didn't have asthma growing up, though I possibly did, I don't know. I got very, very sick a couple of times. So I got really sick in 2017. Yes, it was after Klexicon. So yeah, it was after that, I believe, unless it was the 2018 one, but I got sick. And I thought I like picked up a bug at the con or on the plane, and weirdly enough, the symptoms of what I got then are very similar to the symptoms that, a certain more recent thing, has given people. So I don't know if that's what it was, and because it was not a prominent thing back in 2017, 2018, it just wasn't being diagnosed correctly. But I went to my doctor because I like kept coughing. I was having a hard time like breathing, which was new for me. Like I would try and work out when I was feeling okay, and I would have to like sit down and I'd be like and so I went to a doctor who kept saying like, oh, you have bronchitis, we're gonna give you some stuff, and it's like bronchitis with a cough. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was continuously taking stuff for a cough. I still have said cough. And then I like kept like not feeling well. So like I would feel better, but like I still had a cough. Like I had a persistent cough even after. And then when I moved to New York in 2019, I got super sick over the summer, and it was allergies. That was like, you've moved to a new environment, and my body basically was like, oh, new things. So I was really sick over the summer, where I like was super tired, I kept coughing even more, and finally Krista was like, you have to go to the doctor. Like this is obviously not just allergies, like something's going on. And so I went to a doctor in where we used to live, and they like checked me out, and they're like, okay, you have, I think at the time they again said I had bronchitis, but they also said they thought I had asthma. So they were like, we're very sure that you have asthma, but we are not pulmonologists. So I was able to get a referral from them for a pulmonologist where we live now. And so we like moved in September of 2020. And 2020 is when that doctor was like, yeah, we think you should see a pulmonologist. So I left my fan on. I'm really sorry. Whatever. I'm leaving it on now. I'm hot. So I went to that pulmonologist and he did a bunch of stuff, and like you have to do scans and like check a lot of stuff. And so they were like, no, your lungs, so fun fact, they check to make sure you don't have like lung cancer, and I do not. But they were like, you have very bad asthma and significant damage to your lungs. So that damage is from being persistently sick and my lungs not doing well. So the issue is that because my lung tissue itself is damaged from being persistently sick and my asthma not being diagnosed correctly until 2020, which I did mention that we have a family history of asthma and periodically brought this up to doctors in Ohio. I went to urgent cares. I went to a number of things before I moved. And they're like, no, you didn't have asthma before, so it's very unlikely you'd have asthma now, which makes me think I possibly have had asthma for forever and it just like reared its ugly head. So, see, cough. So my asthma, the way it works, I breathe at a roughly 75 to 79. I normally don't hit 80%. So I cannot take in oxygen at 100% ever. It doesn't happen. And because of the damage, I am consistently coughing because my lungs are producing mucus to protect themselves. Now, I also at some point did get a viral infection, I think, in my lungs. So they actually did, because I was like consistently for a very long time coughing up mucus, which is gross, but I was. And I was like, no, it's awful. Like sometimes my lungs feel horrible, and sometimes they do still feel worse than others depending on like allergies, if I'm feeling under the weather, blah, blah, blah. And they did a test of my lungs and I had to take antibiotics for a little bit, for whatever it was. I think it was that, not an antiviral. I don't remember. I had to take something for my lungs, because I actually had something, that most people do not get. My lungs were so weak that I managed to contract a virus that dogs have. So I literally was making jokes that I was sick as a dog because of this. This is a long tangent about my asthma. But this means that nothing really changes when I go to the doctor. I feel decent. I feel like I'm breathing 100% for me, which is not 100% for a non-asthmatic person. And then I take Mucinex every day, as prescribed by my doctor. Like it's actually a thing I'm supposed to take every day. So I take that every day. I have some inhalers. I also take some other meds. And I have a nebulizer, the like thing you blow into. Well, I guess that you breathe out of. I never know how to explain it, but you've probably seen them. It's a thing you do breathing treatments with. I have one of those, but I only have to use that if I'm like very ill. And I have an emergency inhaler, so I have a lot of things. But my medication doesn't typically change very much, so I really just like go in, do my breathing test, get roughly the same thing every time. I talk to my doctor, we discuss how I'm feeling, which I'm normally like, I feel fine, for me. And then we discuss my medication. Now, I do have to talk to her about something medication-wise, not that I need to discuss with you. It's about prescription refills and a snafu from my prescription people. But that should not take a lot of time, and I'm not experiencing any significantly different from last year's seasonal allergy symptoms. So hopefully the appointment is quick. That is my goal, because I need to be back in. Normally the appointment takes a half hour to 45 minutes. My lunch is very short, though I am going to work late to make up 4 hours, just in the event that I get stuck there longer than I should. But I'm hoping it is quick because it's an afternoon on a Tuesday. And yeah, so there's a very long update about my asthma and why I cough a lot. So there you go. So if you're ever watching a video and you're like, sure, Catherine coughs like all the time. Yeah, it's because I have asthma, and my asthma involves coughing. Not everyone's does. Some people don't have that problem, but I do. So I cough kind of all the time, which I feel bad because when my asthma is acting up, I cough a lot, and people are always like, you're very ill, why are you here? And I'm not, I'm just coughing. Anyway, I am wearing the shirt that makes me feel very 80s gay camp counselor, I think. I'm wearing it with leggings, which is not very, like if I had shorts on, I feel like it would read more camp counselor, but from the top, I feel very camp counselor, especially because you can see my sports bra, because I didn't want to wear a regular bra. I also managed to read some more of the prospects. I'm really liking it. I don't want to spoil anything. Again, close proximity things. They have just gone to New York for the Futures game, which is a big deal because that's kind of where the major scout folks. So that is going on. I feel like that's all I can really tell you without spoilers. So I am really enjoying it still. They have discussed a lot of movies, which is fun. They did a Muppet movie marathon, which was adorable. So that's where I am for that. What else? I haven't shown you my bookcase yet. Well, the bookcase we did. I will. Krista and I are still watching You, Me, Her. We have not finished it. I think I mentioned that we were watching it on here already. But You, Me, Her, if I didn't, I'm leaving this in even if I did. But it's a show. Yes, I did, because I said I spoiled it. Okay, we are still watching You, Me, Her. We have 4 episodes left, but we're finishing it tonight, I hope. And then I don't know what else we're watching. Currently, I've been playing Degrassi: The Next Generation as background noise because I wanted like television that I didn't really need to focus on. Also, I've already seen it. That included gay characters, and it does. So it's just playing like in the background, so I have sound. What else? I think that's it. That's all I really have for you. Yeah, that's it. I think I covered everything. Oh, I took a photo of this, but I grabbed this cup that matches my shirt. It's little rainbow hearts, so that's fun. So I'm drinking iced coffee out of that because that was very warm today. But beyond that, I think that's it. This hopefully is not the only update of the day, but it is possible it will be because doctor's appointment, and then we live in New York, so we're trying to figure out car inspection stuff because this is the month we have to do it. And I think that's it. I think. But that involves a drive. The garage we take it to is a ways away. So all of that is going on. So who knows? Maybe you will just get 2 office updates in a row, which I'm sorry about, but sometimes that happens based on my schedule. But yeah, so I gotta go because I talked for way longer than I expected because I apparently needed to tell you all about my asthma, which I should have done that in some video anyway because y'all need to know because I'm gonna cough a lot in June because it's allergy season. So there you go. But I think that's it. So I'm gonna go back to doing stuff and possibly I'll update you later today. Possibly I'll update you tomorrow. If I'm in the same shirt, it's today. If I'm in a different shirt, it's tomorrow. Who knows? It's a wild week. Hello. You are going to have to deal with additional fan sounds, and I had to move the strap for my camera because Bane, who may or may not climb up my lap, he is. You can see him. Hello. Was trying to take it. Hi. You want to give them an update? You have updates, thoughts, opinions? He's still down there. I did change, though it is still the same day. I needed to start prepping dinner, so I wanted to change out of my white shirt so I didn't get barbecue sauce on it. So I'm wearing a Carmilla Phases of the Moon with Cookies shirt and some, not that you can see them, but some rainbow checkered shorts because I'm hot. So you're gonna hear fans because it's summery heat and it's very, very warm today. I finished The Prospects. It had a very fun little epilogue at the end that jumped us 5 months into the future. And it was good. The relationship was a wonderful relationship. They had some hard stuff that happened just because they were both on the same team and some other things. But it was really good. And I believe, I don't use this phrase very often, so I'm hoping I'm like using it correctly, but I think it's an own voices story. Like the author is a gay trans man. So there you go. I read the author's note. That's how I know that. And so that was very good. This one also had like talking points for like book clubs and a recipe for how to make Ness's bagels, which is very fun. I love a recipe. I will probably not be making bagels anytime soon though because we bought all those rainbow bagels. Though I will eat a bagel tomorrow. I'm gonna take photos with the book I think tomorrow too because I could put a bagel in the photo. I just had a thought. I might not, I don't know, we'll see. It's so buggy outside that if I add food I feel like I'll just get attacked by bugs. But they mentioned Seattle and the Met, or Seattle. They mentioned Syracuse and the Mets. So Syracuse is the Mets AAA team, and they had them play them, and I have both a Mets hat and a hat specific for the Syracuse team. So I'm thinking I'll wear my Buy Pride jersey, or we have like a rainbow one or the other. Maybe I'll wear my rainbow one because I can button it all the way up. My Buy Pride one is really, really oversized. But I was thinking I would do that. And then, brain, But I'll wear that and one of the hats, probably the salt potato hat for Syracuse because it's funnier. And I can say it's for the AAA team. But yeah, that's the plan. Bane is now attacking my feet. Hi. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, my doctor's appointment went fine. I'm fine. No, I suck at the spirometer, which is this like breathing test you have to do. I suck at it every time, and I've been informed of doing it incorrectly. So I have to figure out how you're actually supposed to do it because I apparently breathe out wrong. Which I feel like I'm doing it correctly, but I must be doing, I like blow out weird, which doesn't make sense. And they were basically like, yeah, you did that weird. You kind of always do it weird. But it's fine because I'm feeling fine and they said everything sounded good. So I'm good. But yes, so I finished the prospects. Oh gosh, I'm gonna move my phone slightly and I have to head down soon because I put dinner in the oven. Krista dropped off our car to get inspected. So we are borrowing a car very temporarily. My next book is The Honeys, which I will very briefly read you a synopsis-y thing while you're balanced on my, look, there's so many random things back there. Mars has always been the lesser twin, the shadow to his sister Caroline's radiance. When Caroline dies under horrific circumstances, Mars is propelled to learn all he can about his once inseparable sister who'd grown tragically distant. Mars's gender fluidity means he's often excluded from the traditions and expectations of his politically connected family. This includes attendance at the prestigious Aspen Conservancy Summer Academy where his sister poured so much of her time. But with his grief still fresh, he insists on attending in her place. And that's all I'm going to read you. So yes, this is the next one. I know people have read this. I'm really excited. And yes, that one's more summery. So, it has like a summery vibe on the cover. So I'm going with that because the other book I got has a very like fall feel. And it's so hot that I thought I would read the other summer one and then I'll do the fall one. I'm also reading physical books right now because they are due back at the library. Like they are library books. So I'm reading them first. I'm prioritizing them. I have a book in at the library that is a nonfiction that I will probably read while also doing some audiobooks because I don't know how big it is. And I'll talk about that when it comes in. But yeah, I think that's it. I need to go check on dinner. I think I filled you in on everything. I commented, I almost never do this because I'm bad at guessing. But I commented on Books and Lala / Kayla's most recent post, which today was of her holding the book, The Story of the Eye, which I have yet to read because my library doesn't have it and I don't want to buy it. I really just want to borrow it. Oh, I gotta go. I think her upcoming TBR theme is books in other books because Story of the Eye is a big deal and may fly. But I gotta go. I gotta do dinner things. So I will talk to you probably tomorrow because we're gonna do dinner and hang out and watch You, Me, Her. So this will be the last update for today, and the next update you get will be about the honeys. So bye. Hello, this is gonna be super quick because I gotta change this outfit. It's too hot for today, but I'm wearing my Salt Potatoes hat. It's adorable. And then my By Pride jersey with a thing underneath, and then I just have black pants on. But I took a photo with the prospects so I can post it today. Today or tomorrow. Today? I haven't decided. But yes, I'm so hot. I need to change it. We have a meeting thing for work at exactly 9 o'clock, and so I have about 15 minutes to get changed real fast. So I gotta go do that. So yes, I just want to show you my very fun outfit for the photo I took. And this hat is just cute. But I gotta go. So talk to you later. Also started The Honeys. It's really good so far and I really want to finish it today because I need to tie up this vlog today. Because I need to edit it tomorrow. Because I have to post it on Thursday. I can't post it on Friday, which I weirdly thought I could. Anyway, I gotta go. But I will update you on The Honeys when I'm farther in. Bye. Hello. You are getting office floor because I don't feel like finding a fun shooting location in my house. And I'm in my office. So I'm sorry. I feel like you're always in here, but I'm in here a lot during the workday. So first I want to show off my shirt, which you're not going to be able to see super well. It is a gay Freddy shirt. So it's from Freddy 2. So it's inspired by Freddy 2, which is conceivably the gayest Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's Nightmare on Elm Street 2. But is it Freddy's Revenge? Yes. I always mess up the title for that one, but it's Freddy's Revenge, and in this one the story is just they say unintentionally very gay, but there's been discussion about this a long time, and the lead of that movie actually like things did not go well for him in Hollywood after the fact. It is an interesting Freddy movie to watch because really our damsel is a guy, and our heroine, like our knight in shining armor kind of character, is a woman. But they don't do anything like romantically, and there's a lot of gay subtext. There's a gnat flying around my face. Okay. But I'm not here to talk about Freddy's Revenge, which if you have not seen it, I would suggest it for Pride if you just haven't watched it yet. You don't really need to see the first one. If I remember correctly, they like explain some things from the first one in it, but I can't tell you to watch it because I don't know. I know I watched it last Pride and it was on some streaming thing, but I don't know which one. I also highly recommend, can you see him? Seed of Chucky, for Pride. And I would say also Bride of Chucky because there is a queer character in there. Now, again, that queer character does die. He's a gay guy. He gets hit by a bus, I think. But he's very good in the movie. It's very fun. So, I would suggest Bride and Seed. I'm going to watch them this June. I just haven't gotten to that yet. I still have Degrassi on in the background. Next Generation. Not the original one. It's the one that's on Netflix. It's just playing in the background during the day because it can. But I'm here to talk to you about honeys, which I don't want to spoil anything. Can I like prop you? I didn't want to put you on my tripod. You'll sit there. There you go. And I'll sit up a little so that you can actually see me talk. But yes, the honeys. I will adjust slightly. I really thought I could hold you for long enough, but my arms are tired today. So, okay. There we go. That's a good angle. Brain. So in this, we are following Mars, and the start of this book, absolutely surprisingly bizarre. So Mars is at home, and I feel like I could use any, Mars actually says any pronouns. So Mars is gender fluid, but based on what is happening in the book is AMAB, so assigned male at birth, but will use any pronouns based on the description. It says you can use he, him, they, them, she, her. But frequently no pronouns get used in the book, which, like for Mars, like in the writing, I haven't really noticed pronouns being used. The men at Aspen, the camp, say man a lot, and like, I will explain. So the beginning of the book sets off with, I don't want to spoil anything. Yes, okay. With a horrific death, that I can tell you, of Caroline, Mars's twin sister, who would go to this camp every single summer and apparently had very strong connections to people at Aspen. So that's a thing that is going on. And Mars did used to attend the camp when they were younger. He would go and was with the boys. So the camp is very segregated by gender. So there's a boys' side, there's a girls' side, and it just gets more divided the older you get. When they're young, they're kind of allowed to be together in some capacity, but something very horrible happened to Mars when she was there previously. So they have agreed to go back to the camp, but really is a fact-finding mission to see what can be found out about Caroline and her connection to the camp, because the horrific death was very odd. I will say that Mars is injured upon arrival at the camp, so he has a messed up hand. There is something that goes into the discussion of the injuries, like something comes up about that. I don't want to spoil anything, but currently Mars is paired up with Wyatt. Wyatt is Wendy, the head of the camp's, not son, nephew? It is related. They're related. Wyatt is in charge of monitoring Mars, but they've kind of built a friendship together. So that's going on. But specifically, Mars is trying to investigate the honeys. So that's cabin H, and there is an apiary. So there are bees and honey, and it's like a whole thing. And the investigation is tied to the fact that Caroline was part of cabin H. Once you can be put in cabin H. So she was in that cabin, and Mars thinks that the death had something to do with the cabin, something to do with Aspen. It's all tied together because she was at Aspen for a week, and prior to leaving for Aspen was very stressed, it seemed, about going to Aspen. So that's what's going on. What's fun for me is this is definitely set in upstate New York, like the beautiful, they say bucolic, like upstate area. We're in upstate, but we're in like urban-y upstate. So not as pretty, but there are pretty areas around here. So I just think it's fun that it's like New York based. Mars comes from a family where it's a lot of like put up appearances, do what you can. Now their family is being very supportive-ish of what's going on. So Mars left the camp previously. He took all of the blame for an event that happened. And they are going back and have said that going back is something that she wants to do. She wants to be there. And so he is dealing with going back and having to put on this sort of male facade. Like solely male, like you have to have short hair. You cannot really experiment with gender in any way. Like you cannot portray anything more than like, I am guy, and like very stereotypically heterosexual guy. Now there is one, possibly two, gay men at the camp, but it's not really discussed. You don't talk about it. It's very don't ask, don't tell-esque. And so we've gotten introduced to the camp. Mars is trying to adjust. Some horrible things have already happened. But Mars also keeps falling into these like daydreams, wanderings, where they can hear Caroline sometimes talking. Sometimes it almost seems like Caroline is there, but also these like odd moments. Like it's giving me very like Catherine House, slightly bunny. Also because of the bees, I think it's reminding me of Plain Bad Heroines a bit. But in that there are like stories and like a history tied to a very exclusive thing. So I'm kind of getting that from it. I am really, really enjoying it. Like I do not want to stop reading it. I am actually on chapter 20, which is over halfway through the book. And I'm planning on finishing it today. I wanted to finish it anyway because I need to stop filming this specific vlog, even though I started it on a Saturday, so I can post it this week. But I'm just so invested, like I really, 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 really want to finish it. So yes, I think that's really it. I don't want to spoil anything. We have met a trio of honeys and something odd has just been revealed about one of them. Also, they keep talking about blue nail polish, and I actually have, I feel like this isn't the exact right color, but I have this blue nail polish I wanted to use this Pride Month, and I feel like I need to use it because I'm reading this, but I don't have any nail polish remover, so I can't take off my black nail polish because it's not chipped enough. So I really need to like run and get nail polish at some point. Not nail polish remover, which can't really happen today. We have someone coming by later tonight, though maybe we could run out really fast after dinner. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah. A different person is coming over. I feel like I've been so vague about this, but we have a friend of ours who's a dog trainer is coming by, just because we have some like training questions about one of our dogs. So Parker, I've mentioned this, TV, if there's like animals in it, it kind of freaks him out a little. And so we just like want to talk to her and see if she has any advice for like when he's reacting to the TV. We kind of have it handled, like we just don't watch certain things with him because we know that it will freak him out. But we want to see if she has any advice. And she like needs to see him reacting to the TV because it only happens at our house because like he doesn't come into TVs, like come in contact with TVs when he has like been to daycare where like it's her doggy daycare. There's no TV on. And then there's like no TV out in like a walking situation or anything like that. So yeah, she's coming by pretty late tonight because of her schedule, but we just want to like show her him reacting and see if she has any advice beyond what we're already doing. So yeah, but that makes tonight kind of busy. Also we have to get the car because it was being inspected. It's a whole thing. So hopefully I can finish this and get everything edited tomorrow. Yeah, I feel like that's it. I've given you many an update. You'll get more updates. Hopefully when I finish this, I can gush unspoilery about the ending. But I think that's it. Also, I think I'm making a pride bagel for lunch and I'm going to show you that. But I gotta go. I'm also starving, so I need to eat. So I will show you that very soon. So yes, please be prepared and enjoy the following food clip. Behold. So this was an Instagram photo. That's why the honeys is there. And this is honey butter. See, it all worked out perfectly. These are the bagels. I picked the most like rainbowy one. Some of them are more monochrome than others just because it's like a batched dough. But I put honey butter on it. I think it's really cute. But yeah, and it's on a little Love is Love plate because we had it. But yeah, so those are the Pride bagels. There's a bunch more in the fridge. One was very yellow and I almost used it, but this is, I think, I thought this was a good color setup because it has a lot of the colors from the cover. But I'm starving and I'm really excited to eat this bagel because it smells delicious and it looks delicious and I'm starving. Did I mention I'm starving? Not starving, but I haven't had any food yet today, so I'm pretty hungry. But I'm gonna go, I'm gonna eat this bagel and drink more coffee, iced coffee, because it is really freaking hot today. So yeah, I will update you when I finish the honeys. Good morning and happy final clip of the vlog because I didn't film anything last night. I have to edit this and upload this before work. Like, I have to edit all the footage before work starts. And then during lunch I can upload it because I'm hoping it all imports by then. But I finished the honeys, which was really, really good. I really think it felt very much like Catherine House, Bunny, like it felt like that vibe to me. And I really loved Mars as our main character. The dogs are playing / barking at each other. But this will be quick. So I thought the ending was very wild. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the book. The ending did feel a tiny bit rushed because there's like a lot of like build up to it, but I still really, really liked it. I enjoyed the camp setting. I really liked the honeys and like all that they revealed about like the bees and the hive and all of that. It was very cool. So I highly recommend it, especially for the summer because it's like a very perfect summer read. But it is very muggy. It's colder than yesterday by almost 20 degrees, but it rained. It's supposed to thunderstorm all day, so it'll probably get cooler, but it's so muggy right now. So I'm drinking iced coffee. And you can see the label. There you go. In the cup that you have already seen because it's clean because I washed it yesterday. So that is what we're doing. We went out yesterday, grabbed some grocery stuff. We wound up, because we'd been running around and had to get the car and stuff, we didn't have anyone come over. We were gonna do like a training session thing with Park, but we wound up not doing that because by the time we got everything situated, it was like pretty late. So yeah, we watched Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman right after we got back, which is a very good movie. I like did a mini review over on Instagram, but it's really good. It's actually about the creator of Wonder Woman and the women he loves. It focuses a lot on Elizabeth, his wife. So it does feel more like a sapphic romance that has a guy in it, if that makes sense. But it's really, really good. And if you like Wonder Woman, you should definitely watch it so you get an idea of how the comics like came to be. But yes, Honeys was good. What else did I read? Oh my gosh, what else did I read? Oh, The Prospects. Because I didn't read a ton in this because I started this on Saturday. Both were really good. And both were, so Brain. The Prospects has trans male rep. It also has deaf rep. And a lot of gay male rep. And then the Honeys had gender fluid rep, a little bit of gay rep outside of that. And then there is a character who just says, I'm a lesbian. So there's that. She was like my favorite character, Bria. But yeah, so there is all of that. Again, I don't do star reviews, so I just highly recommend both. And they are perfect summer reads. I have some audiobooks lined up. I'll probably try and listen to one today while I'm editing, / during work. And then I have another library book that is more like spooky fallish themed that I'm gonna read. Maybe it'll help me feel cooler. And then I picked up a memoir yesterday while we were out, Hijab Butch Blues, which is inspired by Stone Butch Blues, like the title. Oh my gosh, they're all barking at a cat. But I haven't read Stone Butch Blues. I've read excerpts, but I haven't read the actual thing. So I should also do that, but I don't think my library had it. Hijab Butch Blues came up a while ago on like a list. Like I saw it and I really wanted to check it out. And my library happened to have it. But I gotta go. I gotta edit this dang thing. So those are my thoughts. All of the dogs are being very noisy. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that jazz. I'm on Instagram also at ClefGoEverAfter. And yeah, I've figured out a title for this video series because I'm really just doing like daily vlogs with reading for all of Pride, but that's not a good title. So I gotta go. Talk to you later, people.